What's going on, everyone? It's Purple Haze here, talking about gaming in business. And today I'm talking about Xbox and the advantages Xbox has in implementing their strategy. So, just to catch up, everyone, I'm kind of doing this series on each of the big gaming companies. And for Xbox, I've already talked about their strategy, the everything is an Xbox strategy, as well as some of the challenges that Xbox would face in implementing that strategy. And today, it's all about the advantages. So, with that, let's get into it. And I have four of them. And the first one, and everybody would say this, it's no surprise, the biggest advantage that Xbox has is its resources, and primarily that's Microsoft. So we already know Xbox has a ton of money. Microsoft's one of the most richest companies in the world. Some would argue the richest company in the world. But on top of that, Microsoft actually has the entire vertical of gaming locked down. So if you think about the raw materials, whether that's developers or utilizing the cloud or utilizing technology or operating system, they own all of that, right? And if we go a little bit further down, they have IP, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. They have marketing and publishing that they own. They have the storefronts. They have the console. They own virtually the entire vertical, and not too many other companies can say they have that entire vertical locked down. So when you talk about the entire business vertical, as well as the resources behind it, yeah, you are playing with a very solid, strong winning hand. The second thing that I would say Microsoft has going in its favor is its IP. So already, lately we've heard about the big acquisitions Microsoft's had with whether it's ABK or Bethesda, but there's actually quite a few other studios that they've acquired over the last 10 years, as well as their own homegrown organic IP. When you put it all together, that is a very formidable library of IP. Now, I already know some people will be like, some of that IP is dead or it's not that great. I trust me, I know that, but for the most part, they have very solid IP. And unlike with the Fallout series that Amazon just did, in which Amazon owned the video rights to, Microsoft can now make deals to where they own the actual rights to some of these this IP to show up on whether it's TV or whether it's on movies. So I totally think Microsoft has the ability to have more of a horizontal business on top of being a deep vertical, as well as just having a lot of IP that they can throw out there and just build upon, as well as having developers have some opportunities to progress from IP to IP. So I think that is an advantage that some companies just don't have. The next thing that I think Microsoft has an advantage in, and something that will really allow them to push forward with their strategy, is just the products. So some of this goes with the vertical argument, but it's really its own separate like advantage point when you think that Microsoft has, or it's particularly Xbox, they have standalone games that they can put on other storefronts and sell that. They have their own subscription service. You have that. You have live service games. Some of them are premium titles, thinking about Call of Duty. Then you have some free to play titles, right? Then you also have mobile and being able to really tap into that market, not only having like mobile IP, but probably the top mobile IP in the Western world. They are really well positioned with several different products across several different IPs, owning a vertical, as well as having all the resources behind them. Like, if you really look at it, Microsoft is in a very solid position to, if they were to take advantage of it, to really run the tables. The next thing and the final thing I want to talk about with Microsoft, and I know a lot of people probably won't list this, but I am, and you're going to see why, and that's the leadership at Xbox. So I'm not the biggest Phil Spencer fan, but I think he does a solid job. Obviously, my girl Sarah Bond, I love her, and so she's there. But the leadership I'm talking about is really the leadership they've acquired, right? So if we think about ABK, one of the most successful gaming companies in the world, a lot of their leadership, not Bobby Kotick, but you really wouldn't want Bobby Kotick in this situation, that next level of GMs who know how to run gaming studios, who have been there, who've seen what it takes to run a successful gaming studio. You know, we don't talk about it a lot, but King, right? Candy Crush, those are still gaming people who understand how to print money. Blizzard, another one. Some people say what they want to say about ZeniMax, but hey, these are still people who are veterans in the industry who've run gaming studios, gaming publishing houses, and know how to stay on top of their game. No pun intended. As well as you have a pretty deep bench of organic talent. And so when you put that together, whenever Phil Spencer does decide to kind of move on or he decides to take a step back, my Xbox particularly has a very solid gaming bench of industry veterans and people who know how to win. So if you think about it, they're utilizing their resources to put everything everywhere. They have the IP to touch a lot of gamers. They have the products to touch a lot of consumers and how they want to spend, and they have the leadership to really take them forward. I think that, those are their main advantages, but let me know what you think. Do you think these advantages, despite them, they just don't have a chance? Do you think I'm missing some advantages? Do you really don't care about Xbox? Please, please, please let me know. Obviously, I'm just trying to lay out the argument, different sides of it as I see it. And if you watched it all the way to this point of the movie, tell me your favorite Disney childhood movie. All right, everyone. As you know, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, this is Purple Haze, and the proof is in the plant. All right, take care, y'all. Bye.